Racer X. I thought we made a good team today. Felt like we've been doing it for a long time.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the action movies that, despite going generally overlooked by audiences, are richly deserving of a second chance.
Want your back, too.
I'm 80 years old, I got stage 4 liver cancer. What the hell can they do to me?
They can still shoot you.
Number 20, Ambulance.
Will, get the paramedic's jacket, you drive. We don't have a choice, let's go. Step back up.
What do you want?
Just gonna borrow it, all right? Come on.
Did you shoot him already?
No, I did not shoot him. Will, bring the bags here.
You might be wondering what action auteur Michael Bay is doing on an underrated action movies list, or that Bay had even made Ambulance to begin with. And that's a genuine shame, because the director's pulse-pounding heist thriller isn't only a treat for Bay fans, but for anyone who appreciates innovative action filmmaking. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II stars as Will, a financially destitute Marine veteran who gets talked into participating in a $32 million bank heist by his adoptive brother Danny, played by Oscar nominee Jake Gyllenhaal.
Look at you. Hey, who's that? Wait, what class is that?
Miss Burns.
Miss Burns.
Yeah, right after you stood up, embarrassed me, and told the whole class that your family took me in. Oh, your family alive?
It's our family.
As you probably expected, things go terribly awry, and the brothers soon find themselves on the run from Los Angeles' finest. Featuring strong performances and dizzying action sequences, Ambulance finds the bad boys and Transformers filmmaker predictably nailing the genre once again.
You can see the abdominal area is really swollen. I'm thinking there's internal bleeding.
Likely bleeding out from the spleen.
Hey, do you have EMT experience?
Combat triage. I can follow orders.
Good. You're a soldier.
Number 19, The Taking of Pelum 123.
Pelum 123 to Rail Control Center. Do you read me?
Yes, I read you, Pelum 123. This is Control Center. Who is this?
It's me, man. I didn't want to call till everything was ready.
While some classics are better left untouched with modern-day remakes, audiences could trust that the late Tony Scott had a vision for his reimagining of director Joseph Sargent's iconic action picture. Scott's Pelum 123 received mixed reviews and was met with a similarly muted response at the box office, but it surprisingly holds up on its own merits, with the director's electric, hyperkinetic fingerprints all over it.
Tell them what we got here. They got hostages, lots of them, and they got machine guns. Yeah, that's right. You checked it. You understand that?
I check, I understand.
Film critic Ignacy Vishnevetsky even referred to it as one of Scott's two best films, alongside 2006's Deja Vu. And hey, if nothing else, the Pelum 123 remake reunites Sopranos stars James Gandolfini and Michael Rispoli, who played mobsters Tony Soprano and Jackie Aprile, respectively.
Come on, buddy, speak up.
You gotta hit the blue button there, Your Honor.
Yes, this is the mayor.
Hey, good to meet you, man. Hey, listen, tell me this. Is this true? I read that you make like $1 a year to be a mayor of New York. Is that true?
Yes, but at least it's honest work.
Number 18, Nobody.
There were two of them, a man and a woman, late 20s, I'd say. They were scared, desperate. She had a gun.
What kind?
It was an old .38 special.
One of the first films to break free from under the shadow of COVID-19, Nobody was a sizable hit at the time of its March 2021 release, making $57.5 million on a reported $16 million budget. That said, it doesn't seem to have garnered the same cult appeal that writer Derek Kolstad and producer David Leitch saw from their previous collaboration on the original John Wick film.
Yeah. It's been a hell of a day.
I can see that.
Tightly but unpretentiously directed by Hardcore Henry filmmaker Ilya Naishuller, Nobody features Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul star Bob Odenkirk pulling a genre 180 and proving himself as a surprising but highly capable action movie leading man.
I speak, you listen. You know why I'm here. Because I'm a good man. I'm a family man. Most of all, I'm a man who did not deserve your gun in his face. Now, the watch.
Number 17, Hannah.
Did you see it? Did you hear it? It's like thunder. It was so beautiful. What is it?
It tells Mr. Riegler where we are. If you think you're ready and you want to leave here, all you have to do is flip that switch.
You often have to think outside the box when trying to keep audiences interested. Such was the case with Hannah, which didn't star a Hollywood beefcake like Bruce Willis. Rather, it starred then 16-year-old Oscar nominee Saoirse Ronan as the titular character.
عندكم هادشي في كل بيت.
كلهم البيوت بحال
هذا دواء.
معلوم ضو.
كان راف شوية في دو. قالوا بيلي يادس إنه اختاره ولا فرانكلين.
قالوا الأمريكان.
Trained by her ex-CIA father, played by Eric Bana, to be a ruthless killing machine in Finland's remote rural north, Hannah soon becomes involved in a sinister conspiracy that threatens both her and her father. Reuniting Ronin with her Atonement director Joe Wright, Hannah was praised by Justin Chang of Variety, who said that the film was an exuberantly crafted chase thriller that pulses with energy from its adrenaline-pumping first minutes to its muted bang of a finish.
Can we still be friends? I don't know. I mean, I don't really know who you are, do I? That's just it. Neither do I.
Number 16, Ninja, Shadow of a Tear. Who said that theatrically released films get to have all the fun? Okay, so no one ever said that, but Israeli director Isaac Florentine successfully pushed back against the stigma that comes with making direct-to-DVD action flicks with this thrilling sequel.
Get up! Hit me. Come on, hit me. Again.
A sequel to Florentine's 2009 film Ninja, also released direct-to-DVD, Shadow of a Tear continues the story of American-born ninja Casey Bowman, played by genre mainstay Scott Adkins. While you're not likely to see the cast and crew of the Ninja franchise on the Oscars stage anytime soon, that's far from the point. Shadow of a Tear uses practical effects and slick fight choreography to its benefit, working as a fitting love letter to the genre.
Need to hire you for a couple of days.
Very expensive. $60 American? Very good bargain. Special price for you.
How about 200?
Okay.
Number 15, Punisher, Warzone.
What do you want, Micro?
You ever heard of jihadiblogger.com? I'm posing as a one-armed Wahhabi warrior who took a crap in a cave next to bin Laden. I think I can score you a couple of rocket launchers.
What do you want?
Haven't seen you in a while. Brought you some treats.
Including a superhero film on our list today may be a little bit of a cheat, but it's hard to deny that this Marvel comic book adaptation feels somewhat out of place next to the Avengers and Spider-Man.
How the heck did you end up at a free clinic? Insurance said I missed a payment. Can you leave that?
Okay, look, before we do this, I need you to understand the severity of your injuries when you arrived here. Statistically speaking, you shouldn't have been able to survive this.
Well, that's why I'm here, Doc. I have the best plastic surgeon in all of New York.
Directed with aplomb by former kickboxer and martial artist Lexi Alexander, Warzone is a bloody good time, violent almost to a fault and ridiculously over the top in pretty much every other way. While Alexander's film was a significant box office bomb, it's since been reevaluated as being true to the spirit of the original Punisher comics, and well worth the watch for not only superhero fans, but fans of action movies as a whole.
Shut up! Just shut your mouth.
I'm sorry.
I said shut up! What's this?
Something to help out.
No. No, you don't get to do that. You don't get to shoot my husband in cold blood and then stop at the ATM.
Number 14, The Last Boy Scout.
Look, Joe.
Keeping it warm for me, Mike?
Easy. Don't do nothing dumb.
How was she? On your finger scale, how was my wife?
It just happened, Joe.
Sure, I know. It just happened. Could happen to anybody.
Yet another vastly underappreciated Tony Scott joint. Last Boy Scout is a multi-genre mashup that critics just didn't get at the time of its 1991 release. Starring the ever-reliable Bruce Willis as a down-on-his-luck private investigator and Damon Wayans as a former football player, Scott's film benefits tremendously from its snappy screenplay, courtesy of actor-turned-writer Shane Black.
Hey, that stuff Corey fed you about some weirdo hassler, that was bullshit, huh? I know what you was into. That was a professional hit out there tonight.
Gangland style. Way I figure
Mike was working for her, same as me. He gets scared. Very scared. Bails out, dumps it in my lap. Guess he bailed out too late, huh?
Black, who would later go on to write and direct such subversive buddy comedies as Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and The Nice Guys, imbues Boy Scout with an irreverent spark that sets it apart from other contemporaneous shoot-'em-ups. To that end, a positive retrospective review of the film by Rolling Stone's Alan Sepinwall noted that the film was elevated by director Tony Scott's self-awareness of how ridiculous it all is.
What would happen to your face?
My God, it speaks. Nothing happened to my face. It always looks like this.
What's wrong with his face?
His nose is too pointy. His eyes are beady. His ears are too big. He needs a shave. Oh, ho. I'm peeing my pants. You're so funny out here.
Number 13, Red.
It's me, Frank. The avocado.
Why are you here? Get out of my house!
Hey!
I told you to call first.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Would you just listen to me? Please. Stop that.
Get back. Go away. Stay with me. Is that my bag?
Speaking of Bruce Willis, this lively action comedy also stars such veterans of the genre as Morgan Freeman, John Malkovich, and Helen Mirren. Based on the DC Comics limited series by Warren Ellis and Cully Hamner, Red upends cliches of the genre by casting just slightly older than you might expect, which makes sense considering Red stands for Retired Extremely Dangerous.
Where are you trying to kill me?
I'm not trying to kill you.
Oh, yeah, you are. Why would I be trying to kill you? Because the last time we met, I tried to kill you. That was a long time ago. Some people hold on to things like that. I'm not trying to kill you. Okay? So that makes us friends.
The film tracks the exploits of former CIA Black Ops agents who must reunite after Willis's character learns that someone is out to pick them off one by one. Throw Red, its sequel, or even both on back-to-back if you need some sheer, unadulterated fun.
Sarah, this is Victoria, best wet work asset in the business, and a true artist with an RPN.
What's that? I kill people, dear.
Number 12, Roadhouse.
Dalton, you all right? Just a scratch. By the way, Oscar, bandstand's all yours.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm out of here.
Great.
You know, I thought you'd be bigger.
Director Rowdy Harrington's down and dirty action flick is perhaps the cult classic to end all cult classics. Blasted by critics for what they perceived as excessive violence and shoddy plotting, Roadhouse follows James Dalton, played by Patrick Swayze, in a career-defining role, a New York City bouncer who reinvents himself in rural Missouri.
People who really want to have a good time won't come to a slaughterhouse. And we've got entirely too many troublemakers here. Too many 40-year-old adolescents, felons, power drinkers, and trustees of modern chemistry.
Despite frigid critical notices, Roadhouse became a decently sized hit for United Artists and perfectly encapsulated the ridiculous excess of not just the era's American action cinema, but of the 1980s as a whole. If you're left wanting more, check out director Doug Liman's surprisingly entertaining Jake Gyllenhaal starring 2024 Roadhouse remake.
You know I got sent here special, just for you.
Well, you brought all your friends with you?
I thought you might miss having an audience. I was trying to be thoughtful. Like on pay-per-view, 25 quid. Watch me pump your face!
Well, I guess I'm gonna lose then.
Number 11, Speed Racer.
Are you hurt? No. Then get up.
Thank you. You saved my life.
I didn't save anything worth saving unless you get smart real fast. You thought you could take on the cartel. You can't. Not without help.
From its opening moments, you can almost tell that Speed Racer was a passion project for Matrix directors, the Wachowskis. An adaptation of the beloved manga of the same name, Speed Racer more than satisfied fans of the source material.
Well, with you so busy becoming Mr. Super Famous race car driver, I'm starting to wonder if you were still interested in this.
You know I am.
Do I?
What, like you forgot?
Maybe I need a reminder.
A reminder?
Sometimes a girl could use a reminder.
You mean like a new igniter for your helicopter?
Unfortunately, the same couldn't be said for those unfamiliar with Speed Racer. The film failed to recoup its $120 million budget, making it difficult for the Wachowskis to find funding for future films. Which is too bad, because watching Speed Racer gives viewers the distinct sense that they're seeing something fresh, new, and entirely unexpected. Said reactors Dexter Palmer, Speed Racer is an extreme reminder of what films, and especially fantasy and science fiction films, can place on screen.
The harbinger of boom once again leaves his mark. A trail of carnage and chaos cartwheeling behind him.
Oh, but the fans love it, don't they?
They do, God help them.
Number 10, Last Action Hero.
Boss?
We're not sure if the world was ready for a meta self-parody of the action movie genre back in 1993, but we do know that Last Action Hero sure feels smart and vital here in the present day.
Jeez, how'd you know there was a guy in there?
There's always a guy in there. Cost me a fortune closet doors.
The film does so much right with regard to its observations on action movie cliches. Last Action Hero is also helped along by Arnold Schwarzenegger's ability to laugh at himself, as well as the tropes that tend to run through his enviable filmography of hits. Last Action Hero also never forgets to be an action movie, thanks to a smart script co-written by Lethal Weapon's Shane Black. It's the best of both worlds, and we honestly can't say enough good things about it.
You think you're funny, don't you?
I know I am. I'm the famous comedian Arnold Braunschweiger.
Schwarzenegger.
Gesundheit.
Number 9, Free Fire.
And you're the first one I'm going to take down if this goes south, big lad.
It's probably a good idea, Grandpa.
While Free Fire could have been equally captivating with its kitschy 1970s premise by expanding beyond its single location, the film still finds room to be creative. For starters, there's some incredibly witty and funny banter between these factions of characters that are all trapped in a life-or-death struggle within the confines of a warehouse.
Oh, now we're cooking! Hey, Ord, bet you thought you were too handsome to get shot, huh?
I'm just impressed you haven't needed a nap yet, Francis.
The gunshots and insults fly, while moments of black comedy are underscored by scenes of unflinching violence. These characters are all flawed, but the joy of watching Free Fire is seeing how things unfold and who, if anyone, will make it to the end without a bullet in their belly.
Think she made it? Yeah, of course she did.
Number 8, Demolition Man.
Bad aim, Blondie.
Spartan? John Spartan? Oh, shit, they let anybody into this century. What the hell are you doing here?
Make no mistake, 1993's Demolition Man is way more than just a movie about a dystopian Taco Bell. Nope, this 90s action flick could actually be considered to be something of a minor classic, thanks to a screenplay that plays around with satire and social commentary, while never forgetting to be an entertaining action romp.
Auto-drive!
Auto-drive engaged.
I'm gonna give you a haircut!
Demolition Man depicts a future where crime is essentially extinct, only for dangerous criminal Simon Phoenix, played deliciously by Wesley Snipes, to escape cryogenic stasis and wreak ultimate havoc. Only a cop from Phoenix's past is able to stop him, while at the same time adjusting to a new world of law enforcement. It's great fun. Number 7, The Rundown. The writing was clearly on the wall, right from the opening scene from 2003's The Rundown. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had arrived in Hollywood and was ready to take on the torch.
Security? No, but we do have a slight problem. Have fun.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's cameo was clearly clued into this sentiment, but that's not the only thing The Rundown has to offer action movie fans. The flick is a fun crowd pleaser in the form of an Indiana Jones-sized adventure, with riveting action and prime buddy flick chemistry between Johnson and Sean William Scott.
For what it's worth, I hope you enjoy the fall.
Now what fall? This fall.
The Rundown may have shown up early in The Rock's filmography, but we think it's held up surprisingly well decades later.
Boom! Shakalaka turner!
Number 6, Ronin. Director John Frankenheimer was no stranger to conducting orchestras of tension, drama, and action within his movies. After all, the man's resume of flicks like Grand Prix, French Connection 2, and the original Manchurian Candidate speaks for itself. Still, we'd argue that Frankenheimer still had plenty of gas in the tank when he directed Ronin at the end of the 20th century. The film deserves to be mentioned alongside classics like Michael Mann's Heat in terms of Dead to Rights 90s action highlights, with Frankenheimer's film in particular boasting some of the greatest chase sequences of the decade. Ronin also benefits from an outstanding cast, headed up by Robert De Niro, that makes this heist action jam a definite must-watch for anyone remotely interested in the genre.
Hey! Give her the case! Give her the case!
Number 5. Atomic Blonde. We're not sure if 2017 was ordained as the year we needed a female James Bond to give us some serious action movie thrills, but Charlize Theron showed up. We sat down and we're all in on the ride. That said, we're glad Atomic Blonde seemed to do well enough to the point where a sequel is reportedly in development, although we'd argue that the film is still, in a sense, underrated. It's all about the action set pieces here, as Theron and crew indulge in long takes and complex choreography. The comparisons to the John Wick franchise were probably inevitable, but we'd argue that Atomic Blonde more than stands on its own 2 feet. Number 4, Shoot 'em Up.
What's up, Doc?
Oh, you're a wascally wabbit. But you're not wascally enough.
Subtlety? Restraint? Forget about it. 2007 Shoot 'em Up instead prefers to play in that inimitable sandbox of 1980s action, while retaining visual sensibilities that are rooted in the mid-2000s. The film largely eschews plot and character development in favor of breakneck pacing and absurdism with regards to the physics of the average set piece. Shoot 'em Up isn't out to break the action movie mold, but instead simply wants to entertain and make you laugh, as Clive Owen and co-star Monica Bellucci find themselves in one ridiculous situation after another.
You are the angriest man in the world.
If I remember right, you used to like it like that.
The film may not have been a financial success, but action fans looking for a rollicking good time are well advised to give Shoot 'em Up another, shot. Number 3, Upgrade.
Stop! Help!
I need your permission to operate independently.
Permission granted!
Thank you.
Logan Marshall Green had a solid resume prior to his starring in the 2018 action flick Upgrade. This was thanks to his supporting performances in films like Prometheus and Spider-Man: Homecoming. However, Upgrade managed to surprise just about everyone with its level of intensity and action.
Hi.
Let me show you how it's done. Oh, I didn't forget about you.
The flick was directed by Saw franchise veteran Lee Winnell and takes 1970s sci-fi tropes about body modification and upgrades them. See what we did there? To the modern day. Marshall Green is great as a victim of a violent crime who seeks revenge, while Winnell's direction balances the more comedic moments with sequences of palpable violence and tension.
I'm going to end this quickly.
Okay, how?
Like this.
Number 2, Dredd.
This block operates under the same rules as the rest of the city. Mama is not the law. I am the law.
Look, we'll always secretly love the Sylvester Stallone adaptation from the 90s. Bad press be damned, but fans of the original Judge Dredd comic adventures were largely pleased with this 2012 reboot. This is despite the fact that Dredd didn't do well enough commercially to warrant a franchise.
This isn't a negotiation.
The sentence is death.
The film's casting of Karl Urban fulfills its need for a believable tough guy version of the character, while the world of Mega City 1 feels lived in. On top of that, the action alone is intense enough to invite doubters to give Dredd another viewing, even if they find some of the CGI wonky and slow motion effects a tad excessive. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Guest. It's totally understandable to say that action movie fans have perhaps forgotten about this 2014 film from You're Next and Godzilla vs. Kong director Adam Wingard. However, The Guest almost certainly deserves re-evaluation, thanks largely to the level of talent involved.
Well, maybe you prefer this.
Dan Stevens is great as the stranger who ingratiates himself into a family's home, claiming to be a friend of their eldest son who was killed in Afghanistan. Meanwhile, zombie keyboardist and songwriter Steve Moore delivers a synth-soaked musical score that echoes action classics from directors like John Carpenter. The Guest takes its secret identity story and runs with it, delivering an underrated slice of genre-splicing dread.
Girl, won't you please come on in?
Which action movie on our list is your favorite? Are there any we missed? Be sure to let us know in the comments below.